And welcome everybody to Halos in the Infield. I am Fernando Mendez, and welcome to our first annual Freeway Series Smack Off. I am joined here by Kyle Anderson, Courtney, Travis Gagnon, Rally Chris, Kyle Johnson, and I think Dodgers sweep. So here we are. I don't really know if we have any rules per se, but Travis, yes, he is a Red Sox fan. He is the unbiased moderator in this situation. So Travis has a series of questions that he is going to ask the group of Angels fans and the group of Dodgers fans. I don't know if Travis has the ability to pick on a specific person if he'd like. So like, oh, Courtney, this, or, just kind of open the floor for whoever wants to answer. But that's going to be up to Travis. Like I said, he has his own set of questions. We have no idea what those questions are to make it as fair as possible. And the objective is to, let the other people go and effectively trash talk them. Now, a couple rules. Obviously, no body blows. Don't be like, oh, you're ugly. You're like, oh, your girlfriend's a 2. Anything like that. We're not here to do any of that kind of stuff. We are just here to have a. What's that?
Seems productive, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, fine. You're able to do some insults. That's what we're here to do, but it's all in good fun. All in the fun of the Freeway Series. So does anyone else have anything to add or any questions before we get started?
No.
No? Thumbs up, everybody good? Everybody ready?
No ball bag.
All right. Well, if everyone's ready, without further ado, Travis.
I would like to say that the questions aren't addressed to any one person or any Dodgers fans or Angels fans. They're very open-ended, so feel free to answer by your own will, and feel free to bounce ideas off of other people.
Okay. Travis is lagging.
I know. Travis.
It's like dial-up internet.
It is. It's like the packing knot and interview all over again.
Yeah, right. Everybody team up on the Red Sox fan. Bad internet. Yo, where's your internet?
Come on, guy. Where's your internet?
Yeah. He used all his broadband to get chowder.
Wow, he really did freeze. Oh my God. Travis.
This is dead air time, people. So for those of you guys listening on the audio version, yeah, he heard chowder and he was out. For those of you guys who are listening on the audio portion, our friend Travis, the moderator, is currently frozen. So the modern technology is great at times, but horrible at others. Might help if Travis turns off his camera.
Yeah, if we don't need to see the moderator, just have him turn off. We don't need to look at that ugly hat anymore.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
No.
Nope, same thing.
Everyone else froze for me. Did you guys hear the question?
Okay, I'm all. No, nobody heard the question.
Nope, I didn't hear shit.
All right. Last time the Angels and Dodgers met, there was a big brawl in the stands. It wasn't the first time, and it definitely won't be the last. With that being said, how important is the Freeway Series to the fans?
Well, it's more important.
All right, who are you calling up first? Courtney?
It's more important to the fans than it is the fucking players. And I'm pretty sure the outfielders just be watching us because they're dumb as hell.
Chris, you got anything?
Yeah, same thing like Courtney said. Probably watching a big old fight, especially a big fight in the stands.
So out of my end, let's be honest, as far as the Angels go, the Freeway Series is life. Because, I'll be the first to admit it, man, our team's been trash the last couple of years. I'm not afraid to admit it. That's why I don't think they're going to insult me at all, because I'm just like, yeah, my team's trash. What about it? But it's, the one thing that's consistent is the fact that we always get a can of whoop ass against the Dodgers. We're killing the overall series. So for me, the Freeway Series is everything.
Yeah, I'm surprised we even have a podcast episode on this because for the Angels fans, it's a big deal. For the Dodgers, this is just another series. We're just trying to catch the Giants in the standings right now. But there is a little extra salt this year because we got Albert Pujols in the roster, and he's going deep. and you know
Who?
it's gonna be salty. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
You mean he's gonna hurt because he looks like he's in pain every time he tries to get to first base? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about
He's like
Dino
little
Evil.
Waddle.
I'm talking about Dino Evil saying that he's the happiest he's ever been. Probably in the last 10 years, he would know. He's been with both organizations. That's all I'm saying.
That's
I know
not.
he
Here's
doesn't
the
have to
thing
live in
with
Orange
Dino
County
Evil.
anymore.
I know. I'm sure he popped a Viagra before he went out there. That's why he's so goddamn happy. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, Dino Evil. Dino Evil is the reason you guys have lost most Freeway Series games. I mean, let's not remember when Cody Bellinger rounded third and Cole Calhoun freaking just threw him out. Now, Cole Calhoun himself can beat the Dodgers. Literally, Cole Calhoun by himself can win the entire Freeway Series. We know that, but he's not here anymore.
Who is that? What are you even talking about? Nobody remembers that game except Angels fans. Like, nobody cares.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with that again.
Right? I know.
I mean,
but
the
Dr.
Angels,
Ken-
like, they win the series all the time, like, but it doesn't matter. Like, the Angels have won, like, 8 of the last, like, 12, but who's made the playoffs? And who has the shirt? Who has the champion shirt?
I mean, I have one in the closet. I can get it.
Yeah, from, like, 02.
and you guys bitched and whined about it for 3 years. You
Oh,
guys
it doesn't even count.
a
Can't even win in 162
60
games.
Hey, man, we won the most playoff games of all time.
Okay, that's cool. And how many years did it take for you to get one? And it was a COVID season at that. Like, look, it took you that long because you guys bitched and whined about the Astros, which, as baseball fans in general, yes, we don't like cheaters. But it's just like y'all got your ass handed to you twice. And then it only took you guys, what, maybe 70 games? It was only a 70. It wasn't even a full 152 games, like the way it should have been.
What do you want them to do? They played all the games that were on the schedule.
I'm just saying that Dodgers fans are the most privileged and entitled just because you guys have the salary to do it. And even then, you guys still bitch.
I mean, Courtney, I mean, they're not more entitled than, like, Red Sox fans or Yankees fans. I mean.
Oh, come on.
That is also.
Oh, you know
true.
what,
I think
Travis, you've admitted yourself, like, oh, I've gotten to see more championships than my grandpa. So, I mean.
I think we should do a quick revenue.
The Red Sox sucked for like 80 years, yeah.
The Angels are like 5th in revenue, and it's organization's choice whether or not to spend their money. I mean, like, they all make.
Yeah, why don't you guys get mad at Artie
different
Moreno?
Oh, we
we
have.
are.
We have. I mean, we've asked Artie Moreno to sell the team. I mean, that's one of our #1 selling T-shirts that says "Sell the damn team."
He
So,
made
I mean,
beer cheaper in 2003, right when he took over the team. That is top tier GM for me. #1 GM, you know, #1 owner in baseball. Artie Moreno makes beer cheaper. Like, hey, that guy's prime.
They did have
I mean,
those
the one
$4 cans of Budweiser. I do appreciate him for that, but that's about it. They got rid of the Panda Express. They got no more Carl's Jr. They got no more run against Darren Erstad. Like, what am I supposed to do at the stadium?
I mean, you can watch the game.
I know.
That's
Well, who am
not
I gonna
something that Dodgers fans are used to. I'm not you in particular. I know you watch your baseball, but every other Dodger fan's like, oh, I'm going to drink my Modelo and my horrible ass Dodger dogs.
Dodger dogs are overrated.
Dodger-
We all know they're overrated.
Dodger Stadium.
Dodger dogs used to be better. Dodger dogs used to be better.
No, and then Dodger Stadium hates women. Last time I went there, they made me
What?
walk back all the way to my car just because I had a purse and it wasn't clear because apparently they have to see through your bag to make sure I don't have a knife or a gun or something else.
That's
You guys want to sit there and cause a fight every time. So I had to walk
I think
back.
that's a Major League Baseball policy, though.
that
No,
happened at
it's not.
Seattle and it happened at Anaheim last week. It happened. I went to both of them in the last like month, and it happened at both of them.
No, I was just at Angel Stadium 2 weeks ago, and I took my black purse just like I always do because I have my own medication because I'm a gremlin. I have an EpiPen that I have to carry, and I was fine at Angel Stadium. But all of a sudden at Dodgers, they're just like, "Nope, sorry." I'm like, "Okay, I hope I die here," and I have a lawsuit. Like, no,
You just don't want other. Just don't have other fans. If you're a fan of another team, just don't come to Dodger Stadium. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to go there.
it's really not. It's so trash, and y'all hate women. And then And then the section I was sitting in, because apparently I didn't get the memo. Clearly, I'm not a Dodger fan. But I seen every other woman like walking around me. None of them had a purse. And to me, as a woman, I'm just like, how do you live like that? Like, I can't. I need my things with me. Not a big one. Like, I'm not trying to carry my whole snack drawer with me, but goddamn, like a little one for the necessities. No, Dodger Stadium hates women. Get out of here.
I think that's a Rob Manfred thing because everyone will admit that Rob Manfred's trash. I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Yeah.
But like, I used to be able to take my whole backpack to the game. I haven't tried this year, but
Don't do it.
So I don't do it.
Don't
No,
do
I
it.
wouldn't let
I'm like,
them know.
You back.
catch me at the tailgate. Oh, it says we're running out of time.
What?
No, mine says we have unlimited minutes.
Oh, it says running out of time. Here's a gift from Zoom. We have removed the 40-minute time limit on your next group meeting.
They just scared you for no reason.
Aw, thanks, Zoom.
Thank you, Zoom. We love you. No, we don't. All right. I don't think anyone else has anything else here. Maybe the next question.
We covered a lot of the questions I already have, but on the topic of Dodger Stadium anyways, which stadium is better and why?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell out on this one. It's Angel Stadium. I mean, Dodger Stadium's like a classic. Obviously it's the third oldest stadium in baseball. Like, there's a lot of history there, but the parking in and of itself makes it one of the worst stadiums to get to. Like, I'm just gonna be honest about it. Like, that's just the reality of how that stadium works. But doesn't mean I don't get the giddies like every time I walk through those gates. But still, it's terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Dodger Stadium is one of those things where like you have to go. You do have to go see it. As a true baseball fan, I could say I went my one time. I'm cool now. I have tickets to the game on Saturday, and I'm still thinking about like, damn, I got to leave 2 hours early just because the parking. Like, and we might have to leave in the 9th just so we could get out on time. Like, it's the whole setup there is trash.
So you're saying you get the whole vibe with the Dodgers fans leaving early. Like, is that what you're making the excuse for? We have it on record. This is being recorded, by the way. So
You have to leave at 7 according to 7th inning.
I know, like Jesus, like we just gotta keep it pushing because we gotta get out on time. We're on a time clock here.
Yeah, right. Coming the 3rd, leaving the 7th. It's just kind of always been the Dodger way.
Exactly.
You got to make a day out of it. You got to make a day or a weekend out of it. You got to leave work early. You got to hang out in the parking lot. Then you just stay late, or you hang out there. You don't leave early. You don't show up in the 3rd inning. That's just weird. I don't think I've ever showed up to a game that late in my life.
Okay, but you have to admit, people do it. People do it. You can't say they don't.
Okay,
They do. I think, and they do it at every stadium. They do it at every stadium I've ever been to.
I know. It's like when I had to take my purse back. By the time I walked down to the car and then walked back, it was the 3rd inning, and I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "I was here at the first pitch, but that's how long it took for all that." So, no.
There you go. God, I've lost my train of thought on what I was going to say. Oh, Kyle said you got to hang out. You can't hang out at Dodger Stadium. There's no tailgating. Oh, what? No tailgating.
Like, he's gonna tackle your ass. What you mean?
Yeah. Oh,
They
by
got
the
bars
way.
inside.
Yeah, I guess they do. Come to the Angels Halos of the Infield tailgate on the 14th because we could do that at our stadium. So make sure to check that out if you're listening from home.
We start at 12, guys. We start at 12.
And it's against the Astros.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my God, that ugly Red Sox hat. Turn off your camera. Turn off your camera.
Hate all you want.
Yeah, you don't have to turn
And
it
I
off.
like how he disappears.
I know.
Rally Chris, what do you have to say about Dodger Stadium?
Well, I've never been to it, but I know it's like pretty like a dump, and because they just seem way better.
You just said it didn't go.
Okay. One thing I'll say about Dodger Stadium, it's definitely a cathedral of baseball. I don't think, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's not. I get it. It's one of the bucket list stadiums, but it's just like kind of like Wrigley. Like once you go there, you're like, oh, never again. Because people like, I've heard some people who like love Wrigley, and there's some people who just despise Wrigley. They're like, dude, the place is trash. You go there for the history. And so I think a lot of people would say the same thing about Dodger Stadium. I mean, troughs? What are we doing? What is this, Oakland? I know they remodeled the stadium this year, so maybe they made it from like a 2 to more like a 3 out of 10. If we're lucky, I mean they're going to be hosting the All-Star game, so get prepared for that. That's going to be a good time. I mean, we saw what happened against the Astros. Woo.
Honestly, though, my favorite part of Angels Stadium is what every Angels fan's favorite part of Angels Stadium is, though, is just getting absolutely blasted at Golden Road and Carl Strauss before the game so you can get through that experience, and then doing it afterward, blacking out so you can forget exactly what you saw on that field. That is pristine. I will give Angels Stadium that.
Yes.
That's what Justin Upton does before games.
Wouldn't doubt it.
We prepare for our losers. What are you talking about? We know what's going to happen, and then we just drink it off later. We're good.
Yeah, right. Best place to go is the Togos off Catella because you can get beers for $2. I'm not kidding.
Nice.
Wait, there's still a Togo's around?
Yeah, it's on Catella. It's
the
right next
last
to a
one.
Starbucks and a Panda.
Wow. Okay, and they serve beer at Togo's.
Yeah,
Nice.
they serve like Budweiser and Bud Light for $2, or if you want to go for like the fancy IPAs, it's $3.
Well,
They
I
have
missed
some
the
Stella
$5 parking lot.
Artois, some Space Dust. They still have the $5 parking lot. It's called Hooters. It's the only thing they're good for.
That's a walk. That's a pretty far walk. I've done that before.
I mean, that's like a normal walk at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I got to sit there and stretch for Dodger Stadium. Like, I got to get prepared.
One more thing about Dodger Stadium, I understand, how it was built into like the mountain, but talk about like the most inconvenient thing ever. You got to bring out like your lizard toe hiking shoes just to be able to get up to the main gate.
Your hiking boots.
And just the thing, they picked that location and just displaced everybody who was living there. They just decided to kick them out of their home just to add insult to injury.
Yeah, like
I'm talking shit on my own team here, but that's okay.
Yeah, there's a podcast called Our Game. They did a whole episode on like Fernando Valenzuela and how he like resurrected like the Mexican fandom. Because for those of you guys who don't know, he's right. They did totally displace families. They like promised them like, oh, we're gonna get you guys better homes, and it never happened. So for the longest time, the Dodgers were like hated by Mexicans. Like I'm not even joking. Like it was really bad. It was a bad situation.
Yeah, there was recently another article about that, but that's way back in the 50s and 60s. Now those houses right by the stadium are like $800,000.
Yeah, right. Absolute trash.
Yeah, and they're protected by like this. I think the city of Los Angeles, like there's like an order to have those houses protected because the residents got mad.
Yeah, right. They're like,
Wonder
we
why.
can't lose our house.
Yeah, they're like, no, never mind.
Is it Koreatown that's on the bottom, like on the backside of the stadium? I think it's like where home plate is. Is that Koreatown?
I think it's Chinatown.
Is it?
I thought it was Chinatown.
I'm sure. I think.
I thought LA had both.
I think they do.
They
I'm
do.
sound like an uncultured swine. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
I was like, I
My
don't
dad and I
know.
got lost in there. Yeah.
Were you guys walking?
No, we got lost in Dodger Stadium parking lot, and we had to walk around the entire stadium twice just to find our Honda at the time. And then we drove off, and we're relatively new to California at the time, and we drove through Chinatown. We're like, this is not the freeway, and I don't know how we got here. You just go right down the hill basically, and it's right there.
Yeah, I think when I normally go to Dodger Stadium, it's been a while. I normally park like in the bottom of like the hill, like past like the Welcome to Dodger Stadium signs. There's like these like $3 parking lots. I normally park there.
Yeah, I learned
So.
after that.
Yeah, it's a lot
That was my
easier
first
to get
time
out of
there.
those.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about this topic?
All right.
No.
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 All
guess
right.
not. And Travis froze again. That's gonna be the thumbnail. His face right there.
His face when he freezes.
Okay, there we go. I think you're unfrozen, Travis.
Which fan base do you believe is better and why?
Ooh.
Ah.
Rally, Chris, I'll let you go first.
Oh, there's no question about that. It's the Angels fan base because we don't start fights.
That's it. That's all you have. That's the prerequisite for how good a fan base is.
We're seeing
I don't know,
helps,
man.
though.
Like a lot of fan bases start fights. I'm not sure if you've ever seen some Philadelphia fans before, but Ooh, it's like a common denominator out there. I mean, Angels fans, honestly, I've had some really nice, relaxing experiences, kind of like a good golf game when I go out and watch Angel games. It's like real quiet and everything. It's nice. It's a serene sort of experience out there. I'll give you guys that.
Yeah.
Wow, the Keaton Middleton answer. Oh, they're so quiet.
They're so quiet.
I'll give you. I'm gonna be nice because I have a lot of friends I grew up with when I grew up in Orange County. Angel fans, they believe in their team. They're 500 halfway through the season. They're like, we can still make the playoffs. Like they have a lot of belief, and I appreciate that. But then there's like Dodger fans who are in first place at times and be like, we suck. We're not going to win again. So I think depending on who it is, the expectations are always set a little bit different. Like Angel fans, like we can make the wild card this year. Like we had a successful season, but with the Dodgers, like you don't win the World Series, it's a bad year, and the fan base is going to kind of live on that for a whole nother year.
That's definitely true. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's pros and cons to both. Like I know, like the only thing I think I don't like personally about Dodgers fans, and I know because I'm dating one, is how quick you guys are to turn like on your own team, and it's like really not even that bad, and how recently you want fucking Jansen's head on a stick, like like
that's not recent.
Well,
back it up.
Yeah, he can
I
go.
mean, don't get me wrong. I know he's blown a couple saves. I've watched some games. Don't get me wrong, but he's also done a lot of great things for your team too. And it's just like you guys turn so fast, and I'm just like, oh,
A couple games, Kenley Jansen and Yasmani Grandal were the MVPs of every freeway series. I went to 2 games alone where Yasmani Grandal lost the game for the Dodgers by overthrowing. Not to mention, the Angels own Kenley Jansen. You want to see a defeated man? Look at Kenley Jansen when he faces the Angels. Absolute garbage.
Okay. True.
That's fine. We don't like him. We're Dodger fans. We don't like Kenley Jansen. None of us do. So like, we agree. We want somebody else closing.
Get over 300 saves for the team.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Yes,
Right.
a lot of other things though. But
Hey, in all fairness, we don't like anybody in our bullpen besides Raycel Iglesias. Well, and maybe Austin Warren, the new guy. But I mean, as far as like the rookies, we'll let them do their thing. But everyone else is trash.
Yeah, I see Angels Twitter, and everybody on Angels Twitter hates your bullpen.
Yes.
Let your 19-year-olds develop.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to blame the kids. That's obviously. I will, like, being honest, it's actually nice for once to have like prospects to call up. Normally it's just like, well, it's the major league and just a bunch of crap.
That's true. But Angels fans, we do believe, because I mean, why not? Disneyland's down the street. It's a magical place. So I think we definitely try to believe in our team, but we also accept the fact that we suck. I know I've accepted that fact. Like we suck, and we're just like, oh, we'll just try next time. Like it's kind of like a kindergarten, first grader philosophy. No, it's fine. It's just a whole nother day. You're fine. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're just rolling with it.
Yeah, we're okay.
The dog in the burning apartment. This is fine.
Yeah, this is
that's it right there. Yeah, 2021 Angels, like 2016 and 2021 Angels. Just put it on the dog. He's like, this is fine. Yeah, we have a couple of those memes brewing that are just saved, so don't worry.
Facts.
Wait, have the Angels made the playoffs since they dropped Anaheim from their name?
Yes. 2014, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Well, no, but
they dropped Anaheim in like
name.
2003.
Oh no, then no. No, because 2016 and on, then have
of Anaheim. Yeah, I guess not technically.
I think Anaheim Angels, like 2002.
Yeah, I was gonna say what? Like they were like one of the most dominant teams in baseball, like playoff wise, for like 2005 to like 2009.
Right, here's the thing: I cheer for the Angels, and they play the Red Sox. I go to games, but I would cheer a lot. I would cheer a lot more if they would just go back to the jerseys they wore last week, the old 80s and early 90s jerseys. But Artie Moreno's stuck wearing these garbage jerseys for the last 10, 12 years.
This one?
That's the one.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Which one is it? I'm sorry, I'm not even.
Nolan Ryan.
Video's not.
You're not looking.
Yeah. I know it's not shown on my video, but yes, that one. Yeah.
Those are nice. Yes, I do admit. I like those ones. I really want us to bring those back.
Okay, but what about like the Dodgers? They've had like the same jerseys forever.
Well, they look good.
They're classics.
What? They're boring.
Yes.
You guys have like one of the most boring logos.
I don't know about that.
Okay, baseball teams, period, just have crap logos. I mean, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, it's like all these teams, New York, they just, I mean,
all right,
even
give
Boston,
me
it's
your,
like, it's
give
just
me
a
your
letter.
ideal logo then. All right, if baseball has bad logos, give me the ideal logo.
Logos that are different. For instance, like the old school Angels logo. Let me see.
I know what you're going for. I know what you're going for.
That one right there.
Okay.
That's a badass logo. Come on.
I mean,
that was like cream of the crop MLB logo.
Because like because I've heard this before, and somebody was telling me, they're like a graphic designer talking about how the Minnesota Wild from hockey have like one of the craziest logos, and it's a very intricate logo, and that's a different style. But like baseball's very classic with their logos, very simple, and among those, Dodgers, Yankees, San Francisco, they've got some real classic designs there. Like that's just.
I think maybe like just like a redesign, like how we're doing the City Connect jerseys, like White Sox. They had South Side on theirs. I like those personally. I think it's a nice little flair. It kind of caters to, I guess, like younger fans, younger generations. I kind of like what we're doing with that. I don't agree with the Giants ones though. Those ones are poop. But some of the other ones that
or the Red Sox ones.
Yeah. So some of the other ones, some of the other ones, but they're really good though. I think maybe every team should have like a different jersey like that, but still have the classics as well.
Okay. Probably Chris, what logo is better?
Angels.
Jesus Christ. But which one?
Old school.
Old school.
Like the one I just showed?
Yeah. Or the California Angels.
Oh yeah, I like the California Angel logo too.
California
I'm in the
Angels,
minority, but I like the safety pin logo too because it was different. It wasn't great. It wasn't like cool, but I mean, it was different. It was unique for the time. It was very Disney.
True. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, Travis.
All right. Covered a lot that I didn't even have on here. All right. Which team is the true LA team?
Dodgers.
Yeah, come on. Don't be dishonest. Don't be dishonest.
I'm not even going to answer it. We know.
Yeah, because y'all aired.
Rally Chris has been pretty biased here. I want to hear him say it. Rally Chris, who's the true LA team?
Dodgers.
You're not gonna hear him say it.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my God.
Got it. Ooh.
I appreciate that.
I can't.
appreciate that.
I can't say
What about
it.
Fernando?
I can't say it. Next question. I can't say it.
I know. That's what I thought.
Angels.
What about the history of the Angels? Huh?
The original. Going back to the 1800s. Saying.
Oh, good
It's like the 1890s.
Dear Lord.
Someone had to say it. Yeah.
This isn't
Oh,
an episode
yeah,
of Ken Burns baseball.
It should be. Maybe we'll reach out to him. We've had a good success rate so far.
Right.
All right. Yeah, I think that was a pretty straightforward one. Travis, you got anything else?
I thought that one would have more debate to it, but I do have more questions. This is probably the most controversial of all of them. Well, the Dodgers won the World Series last year in a pandemic-shortened season. How legitimate is that? And if they wouldn't have won it in 162 games, who would have?
Oh.
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
There's an
I still
asterisk
think the
there.
Dodgers would have taken it.
So
I
okay,
mean,
let me start with
I'm gonna
this.
say
Let me start with
something.
this. Someone want to explain to me what would have happened differently in 162 versus 60 games that changes the title?
I don't want to say it'll change the title, but just that long of durability, having the full 162 games, it gives time. I mean, of course, nobody wants injuries to happen, but injuries could happen. Trades, things of that nature. Just a lot of changes could have been made, or a lot of questionable stuff that could have affected the team or the outcome. I honestly can't say for certain if the Dodgers still would have won if it was a full 162 games. I just think that an asterisk should be there only because of the fact that it was COVID protocol, which we are now bringing into the 21 season, and how we're having the 7-game double headers and things of that nature. And there are still milestones being broken, like how Madison Bumgarner had a no-hitter, but because it was a double header in 7 innings, it's technically not a no-hitter. So, but it's COVID protocol, and because lovely Bob Manfred or whatever, he's inflicting these policies on us, then it should just carry into that 2020 season. Not trying to take it away from you guys, because yes, you guys did win, we know that. But if we're also not, recognizing other milestones such as no hitters and things of that nature because of COVID protocols that are still being mandated, then there needs to be an asterisk. That's just me.
Yeah, I will say this because it was a shortened season. Put it asterisk. I don't care if there's an asterisk next to on the baseball reference page for the 2020 season. Like, there were 60 games played this season. Then in the playoffs, Dodgers won the World Series. They played a full playoff schedule. They played every team in the playoffs that could have beat them during the regular season. What would have happened if they would have lost to the Braves, and everybody would have been like, the Dodgers lost again in the playoffs, and they wouldn't even have mentioned that it was a shortened season. But it doesn't really bother me if there's an asterisk because they won. I got the satisfaction of seeing them win, and that's okay with me. I mean, they played the hand they were dealt. I don't know what else you're supposed to do, really.
I think no matter who would have won it, there's always going to be it wasn't real by someone who does not like that team. No matter who won, I think there's always going to be it wasn't legit. I said that at the beginning of the season. Fernando heard me. I said 60 games. There's always going to be some debate about how legit it is, no matter how, because everyone had the same opportunity, but only one team won. Yeah,
that's fine.
I mean, I'm sure that we could all go ahead.
I was saying it's fine with me. Somebody's opinion, like if it was a shortened season, like I'm just happy we got baseball last year at all.
Yeah.
So 4 months of baseball is better than none last year. And
exactly.
Seeing them win is better than seeing them lose again. So that's just my mindset.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I disagree. It was 60 games. Like, did it count? I mean, it was such a short season. It's not like, Dodgers to the side. It was such a shortened season. I mean, we had extra playoff teams. We had 7-inning doubleheaders, like Courtney said. We had runners on second base to start extra innings. Like, what do we do? We had a universal DH, which I like that, but still,
we still have this. We still have the 7th inning, like extra innings, and that's terrible. We're still doing. I mean, we got the runner on second in extra innings, and we got the 7-inning doubleheaders, which just they both suck. I mean, I think everybody agrees.
Who's pro universal DH? Thumbs up if you're pro universal DH. Okay, everyone's doing a thumbs up. It's like, come on, man. Nobody wants to see. I know Clayton Kershaw's a decent hitter, but nobody wants to see him hit. You would much rather see Chris Taylor hit.
There are 4 good hitting pitchers, and that's not enough to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bumgarner,
that's such a dumb argument.
Frankie.
Yeah, I have a lot of Padres fans friends who are like, pitchers who rake. It's like, bro, trust me, your pitcher rakes once every 2 months. It's like, we're paying our hard-earned money to watch this guy who cannot hit the broadside of a barn hit. Let him pitch. Let him avoid injury. Universal DH, I think, is the way to go. But I think
fans of American League teams will be biased towards it, though.
I'm curious. Okay, so I'm a softball player. For those that you don't know, so we have, when it goes into extra innings, we do the runner on second base for extra innings. So I'm curious to know why men don't like it. And I will say it, why men don't like it, because women, we do play that way. In a normal game and World Series, we play that way.
Is it always been a thing?
Yes.
Oh.
I'll go first.
Because we've been used to this for 110 years.
Okay, yeah. That's part of it. Honestly, it just feels kind of cheap. It's like, how are you not automatically bunting that guy over to third base and then popping out or doing something else, driving him in, getting a home run, something? You basically have to score 2 runs to really do anything if you're the away team. Because, so often the home team, will score a run or 2 and walk it off. I get it. It speeds up the game. But I don't think that we should start off with the runner on second until like maybe the 12th inning. That way we were, kind of, played a couple innings. We're not going anywhere. Okay, you know what? Let's start on second. It might have actually been Kyle Johnson who said maybe a runner should start at first.
Maybe.
I think we were talking about that at baseball.
If anything, just wait till like the 12th or the 13th inning. Like not like doing it in the 9th or doing it in the 10th inning is just a whack.
I would argue that it doesn't even speed up the game, to be honest. I think it makes the innings themselves shorter, but it also will make there be more innings likely because maybe you keep scoring a run, home team scores a run, road team scores a run, home team scores a run before you know you're in the 12th inning anyways.
Yeah, it's like college football where they have like that, like they just keep going back and forth. Like in theory, you can still keep playing for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Kyle Anderson, did you respond?
No, because I don't care. I like for it in the playoffs, they don't implement the rule, so there's no harm, no foul there. Regular season, there's not that many extra innings games, and it doesn't end up shortening the game's length of time, but it does end up shortening the innings, which matters a lot to bullpen pieces who have to come in. There's fewer position players pitching in those situations, so I just really don't care enough about it to have like a hill to die on for it. Yeah.
You're not even acknowledging the Dodgers are 1 in 10 in extra innings.
That's a statistical anomaly, but yeah, like that's bad. But yeah, like
I think personally, and I, call me a feminist, I don't care. I think
here we go. Buckle up.
Here we go. I think it just goes to show the male machismo that is still into baseball, and it just shows, and at least Angel fans, we know that we don't have productive outs. We're not smart when it comes to our lineup, things of that nature. So yes, it should be logical. Any baseball player should know, like, oh, if we have a runner on second with no outs, then yes, bunt him over, and that way you still have 2 opportunities or 2 more outs where you can either hit a pop fly, runner tags up, he scores, or whatever you want to do in that case. But for whatever reason, baseball players are still like, let's get that fucking launch angle. And I'm just like, what? No, why are you doing this?
That's more of a new philosophy too.
It really is. So I think just as a woman, and again, mind you, I played softball. I know our field is smaller, but our game is also quicker as well. So to us, that does make a huge difference having that runner on second base, because it does make us still play smarter. But yeah, I was just curious to see a male aspect of it, and y'all suck. So
well, you can't play that card because I can't speak on behalf of everyone, but I'm sure they'll all agree. I didn't even know that was a rule.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know that was a rule. I mean, I watched, some college softball here and there. I mean, not as often as, as I care to admit.
Yeah.
But, like if I go to like a Buffalo Wild Wings and it's on, I'll watch it. But the thing with softball is like I hardly ever see extra innings ever, because normally it's always like a lopsided situation. I hardly ever see like good softball games where it's like a walk-off situation. Most of the time it's like, oh, it's 10-2.
Yeah, no, that's definitely is true. And I definitely don't blame anybody for not knowing, but it is there. And that's because I've played in a lot of games myself personally that have gone into extra innings. And sometimes I was that runner on second, or sometimes I was that batter up for that next inning. So that's why I think it really just makes you play smarter as an individual and as a team, and see what your coach knows. But yeah, softball has always been played that way, at least since I've been playing. So we've always had that rule implemented. Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard that argument, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe gives me a new perspective, admittedly, but I mean,
it encourages a small ball. Yeah.
I don't like it still, but I mean, it is what
I don't
it is.
either, yeah. But I get her argument. Yeah.
I got a question for the Angels fans. Who do you guys cheer for when the Astros play the Dodgers?
I cheer for nobody. Now, I will admit, 2017, I cheered for the Astros. Now, my thought process was 2017, the Angels were really close to making the playoffs, and they didn't have Mike Trout the entire time, really. I mean, he was hurt for 2.5 months. So my mindset was, and the Angels, I think, felt like within 3 or 4 games, it was really close. It came down to like the last week. So my mindset was, you know what, man, if the Astros win, Billy Epler is going to go out there, who was our GM instead, is going to go out there and, build a super team. And I don't think I was wrong. I mean, that season we re-signed Justin Upton. We signed Zach Cozart, who at the time was coming off an All-Star game. We signed some guy named Shohei Ohtani. So, we went out there and we did go, have a productive offseason. So I did get what I wanted. Unfortunately, it didn't amount to anything. So in that situation, I voted for rooted for the Astros.
Yeah, in the past, I did go for the Astros, even though it pained me to do it, but I just don't like the Dodgers that much. But I was just, and at that point, I was just like, at that point, I was going to go for anybody in the American League. So it could have been anybody. It just so happened to be the Astros. So I was just like, I just want the American League to win. But now, like this past series, I'm just like, Dodgers whoop some ass. So I won't lie. I was going for
I was just curious if you guys care of the landmark kind of rivalry or an in-division rivalry more. Because like I never cheer for anybody in the NL West, like ever. So I'm just curious if
So you would never cheer for the Padres, the Giants, even if they're playing the Yankees or like the Red Sox?
not a chance. Never. Not a 0%
Not
chance.
a chance.
Nope.
Okay. I'll keep that same energy in this World Series.
That's like me saying that's like me saying what you'd expect me to choose for the Yankees over the Dodgers. I'm like, I'd buy Dodgers gear. I'd buy a jersey. I'd buy a hat. I wouldn't be caught
But I
dead.
mean, you don't hate any other team besides the Yankees. Like the Red Sox don't really have like a landmark rivalry. You don't. Your rivalry is the Yankees, but I mean,
Too far away.
That's like your biggest rival. Yeah, exactly. I mean, everyone else is, the New England area is pretty isolated compared to, I mean, who is your closest team? Is it the Orioles?
It's the Yankees, but aside from that, the
Okay,
Mets,
as far as
and
distance?
that's about it.
Yeah, and I mean, you
Back in
guys
the
don't
days,
really
the
care about
Expos
the
weren't
Mets.
that far. But that's
Okay. Chris, how about you? Who do you cheer for, Astros or Dodgers?
Yeah, that's it. But the Dodgers.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Chris.
What is happening?
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's full
Chris
surprises.
likes to hate on Twitter. Angels Twitter, let him up.
I know. Let them up. We got him. It's been recorded.
So they got to
Yeah.
appreciate each other against the division. Nobody likes an in-division rival. You got to
I
hate
don't
them
know,
all.
but if we flipped it on ourselves, like if it was Astros Padres in the World Series, I'm pulling for the Padres 100% in that situation. Like
Oh, I'm not
the
even
Astros
watching
are
a
public
single
enemy
game. I'm
number
not
one,
watching
like,
one of those.
I just like there's nobody like there's no rivalry that supersedes the Astros organization top to bottom for everything, not just with the
Versus
players
everyone.
on the field, but I'm talking about Jim Crane. I'm talking about everyone internally. They've had so many incidents of just trash behavior. Like they don't deserve anything. Like, and it has nothing to do with the fans. Like the fans can be who they are and
Suck a
cheer on
wiener.
their team. But like, no, like nothing to do with the fans, nothing to do with the new players or anything like that. It's just literally that organization who, the people who are actually there all the time, like the owner, they don't deserve anything. So it's just like, that's not even
I'm
rivalry.
cheering
That's
for the Astros over the Padres or the Giants. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
I mean-
jeez. Okay, let me ask you guys this, to Dodgers fans. So if the Angels, 15 years from now, in a hypothetical world where the Dodgers are, now 4th or 5th place and the Angels are the dominant team, are you cheering for the Angels in that situation, no matter who they play?
In the World Series?
I mean, in the playoffs, assuming the Dodgers are not in it. Like I said, 15 years from now, if
especially if
narrative
the
changes.
Angels and Astros are in the ALCS.
I mean, yeah, if it's pretty much, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Other Kyle Anderson?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really actually have anything against the Angels organization. I honestly don't even feel like a rivalry there because I enjoy watching the Angels. I do.
Yeah, is Ohtani still on the team? Can we cheer for Ohtani in 15 years in the playoffs?
'cause I mean-
That'll be cool.
I've always liked watching
Maybe.
Mike Trout, no matter how poorly the team's been doing. So, I watch Angels games all the time. I got no problem with anybody on that team, no problem with the organization. So it's like, honestly, for fan bases, for baseball, for a lot of teams, I don't have a problem with cheering for a lot of, different teams, and the Angels are no exception to that, Like,
Yeah, Mike Trout has helped me pay my bills. I love the guy.
Oh yeah, you sold a card or something, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, there you go. All right, Travis, any final questions?
I do have two more. This one is related to management. Who do you think is a better overall manager, Dave Roberts or Joe Madden?
You know, they're both not great, but I'll say Dave Roberts for now. But I wish he would leave.
I don't believe in managers. They don't do anything
Yes.
in baseball. So I honestly, their figureheads, their number one job is to keep players on the same page, make sure that they're happy, that their needs are met, that they're getting the playing time that they deserve, that they're played in positions that they're supposed to be, batted in certain places in the order. But that's literally just player psychology. They're just there to manage a team mentally. It has nothing to do with strategy. Strategy is all done upstairs with the general manager's department. They develop the roadmaps for 27 outs. The managers don't really do anything. I couldn't care less, who manages what team, just as long as it's not like AJ Preller. But
he's the general manager.
Oh yeah, who am I? AJ Hinch. I'm sorry.
AJ.
I don't know why I said Preller. Yeah, that's my bad. That's Padres GM.
Okay, let's see. I think they're both very bad. They're both horrible at bullpen management. They both listen to analytics in times when they shouldn't, and then vice versa. So I don't think either here is winning this argument. Dave Roberts has cost the Dodgers a lot of playoff games, whether it's listening to the organization upstairs or, not listening to his gut. But it's the same thing with Joe Madden. I mean, I feel like if we had better bullpen management, the Angels would be in a situation where we're like in second place. Because, I mean, we have, I think, blown the most saves right now, or at least the most leads. Because Raisel Iglesias has only blown like 5 saves. But, I mean, as far as like blown leads, it's like something like 25. It's something crazy.
A lot.
I don't know. I personally don't like either one of them. But the only difference is at least Roberts has a ring. I mean, I guess that makes
So does Joe Madden.
Well, not for the Angels. He just,
He
doesn't matter.
He was the bench coach. He was the bench coach in 2002. He made the World Series with the Rays. They lost, but I mean, that Rays team was not very good. And then he broke a 100-year curse with the Cubs. I mean, all that's got to count for something.
At least he didn't let the Giants win the World Series in 2002. We can be happy about that.
Yeah, and that's fine. And now we have our freaking PTO injured team now. So no, he's not doing shit with us. So, and everybody tore their vagina. So no, I'll go for Roberts in this one, even though I don't like it, but I'll go for Roberts.
Ooh, Chris?
Same thing, Roberts, because since we've been doing a bunch of buttercups, Joe Madden.
Ooh. I don't know who you guys are anymore.
Oh, Fernando, you'll be fine.
It's over.
It's over, Ohtani pillow.
With my Ohtani pillow. Shout out to Travis for getting me this.
Oh,
I was at that Red Sox Angels game.
Jesus.
He was. I was in Georgia.
I got 3 of them for free. My dad got one. My brother got one. We picked them up. My dog lays on it.
Whose did I get?
That one was mine.
Oh, thank you.
I have no purpose for sleeping on Ohtani's face. There's something a little weird about that to me.
Well, I mean, I don't sleep on this either. This is on the man cave, so.
Yeah.
Hey, I was at the Ohtani game where he hit his first career home run. I have it on video.
Ooh.
Oh, I was there too. I was also in Oakland for the first game that year, because we're in Oakland every year to start. Go figure. But I was at that game when he got his first career hit. So, and I was there for the first career home run. I think that was against the Indians. I think the Windians.
The Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardians. The Guardians of the lost column.
Oh my God.
All right. Closing question, Travis.
All right. Last one. Both teams have future Hall of Famers who are currently on the IL. Who is most affected? Do you think the Dodgers are more affected by Clayton Kershaw being on the IL? Or the Angels are being more affected by Mike Trout on the IL?
Isn't Kershaw starting a game?
No, he's coming back real soon.
Not this
Yeah,
series.
he's not. Yeah, I don't think so. Friday, I forgot who you guys have. Oh, David Price. Saturday, the Angels are facing Julio Urias Cyclops. And then on Sunday, we're facing Walker Buehler.
I'll start that. I'll say we're more affected by Mike Trout being out. Just because we we don't have a leader. Like we don't have a leader, and I'm sorry, but once we got rid of Pujols, we looked for Pujols to be that for us because he was our veteran. You know, he's done so many great things. And then he wasn't, or at least he wasn't to us. So we canned him. And then, and then we have Mike Trout, and now he's gone. So we really have no leadership. As far as like Kershaw being out, I mean, you guys honestly have a star-studded rotation, and now you just added to it. So I don't see how you guys are, suffering at all. Like you're really not. So if anything, I think the worst thing that affected your guys' rotation was having a rapist, but that was about it.
That doesn't
I'm
help
much
things.
happier to have Max Scherzer instead of Bauer. Max Scherzer at least is a good guy.
Yeah.
He's got
You don't
some
like
dogs.
misogynists? What?
No.
It's 2021, man. It's not cool anymore.
Yeah, dude, Trevor Bauer, absolute shithole. I mean, can anyone not admit that the guy's an asshat? I mean, guy's a clown.
I've been saying this before.
Yeah,
before.
he's a bad hombre. He really is.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go next. I would say the Angels are a lot more affected. I mean, just like what Courtney said, I mean, the Dodgers aren't struggling right now. I mean, they're still in the fight for first place. I think they're in second right now. They're not affected. They don't care. I mean, cool, Kershaw's out. Well, next guy. I mean, David Price is still doing pretty well. Oh, give me a second. But yeah, Clayton Kershaw has been obviously their leader for a long time. He is a future Hall of Famer. But I guess the other question is, do you think Rendon's in that classification for potential future Hall of Famer?
No chance.
No. Okay,
I was just looking at this like 2 days ago on his like baseball reference and fan graphs. So I was like, he's good, but I was like, I forgot he's getting that old. He doesn't have that much combined WAR, but he does have a title. So, I mean, he's gonna
Maybe
have to play
national
like crazy.
football.
He'll have to
Yeah,
have
that
like
was
an
the year
Edgar
that the Dodgers
Martinez
didn't
second
even
half.
make it. That was the year the Dodgers didn't even make it past the divisional rounds.
Yep.
But
a Rendon slander, so.
Yeah, Courtney hates Rendon. Yeah,
Another
I don't know,
pool
man. I mean,
contract for you guys.
Oh, dude, you guys want that contract? Have fun. We'll give it to you.
Yeah, gladly. What the fuck?
Dude, the Angels will like trade him once Justin Turner leaves, and like he's gonna turn into a beast all of a sudden. I'm gonna be like, well, okay.
He's gonna start batting 300 again, and
Yeah, exactly. Well, good news for us. I guess he's done. So hopefully, with the surgery, he'll at least be an average player next year. But I mean, the Angels, man, like everyone's hurt. I mean, Justin, Jared Walsh, Rendon, something's still up with Upton, even though he's back. He's clearly not back. Mike Trout's obviously out. It's just been a long, never-ending shit show for the Angels. It's just, and I'm so tired of it. Every single year. I mean, this training staff needs to get fired. We've had the same one for like a decade, and clearly, nobody's learning their lesson. So, shout out to Artie, sell the team.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys know, I'm like a hyper analytics person, so I know that you guys might have a little bit more like old school takes on like some baseball aspects, but I'm absolutely nowhere near that camp. I'm on as far to the analytics side as possible. And for Mike Trout, it's like not even close. WAR per 162, it's like 9. Kershaw at this stage in his career, it's like 4. So you're talking about over, a 2-month span having them out. It's like a difference of 2 wins. It's not even close. Might even be 3 wins. But yeah, no, it's not close. It has nothing to do with leadership or anything like that. It's just Mike Trout contributes more on the field, hands down, not even close. So
So are you saying that let's just say everything else was like playing out the way it has. I mean, the Angels are like a game over 500. So if Mike Trout was healthy today and he's played the entire season, we're having a much different conversation about the Angels
Oh,
being
absolutely.
potentially in the playoffs.
Yeah, you would have probably 4 to 5 more wins. About is where you guys would be. So I mean, not necessarily playoff bound, but you'd be closer.
You'd be in
Yeah,
that
I think in
battle
that
with
case we'd
the
be about
Yankees
2
and
games out or
Mariners.
so. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the Angels as of right now, I think, are 5 games out. That's kind of been the thing all year. They're a game over 500 and they're about 5 games out. And then, it's just the shift. They'll lose 2 games, they'll win 2 games. It's just been like that all year. So, all right. Kyle Johnson, I don't think you've gone yet.
It's Trout. There's no question. No doubt. And he sells tickets. Like if Trout's playing, if I know there's a Trout Ohtani game, I'm going for $15.
There you go. Hey, you can get into Dodger Stadium for cheap too.
Not anymore. I mean, there used to be times when I was in college where we could get tickets for like $8 the day up and just drive down, but not anymore really.
I got Dodger tickets like 4 years ago. You guys played the Rockies and it was at a bobblehead game, so I wanted to go. And I got tickets for like $10.
That's a good deal. Yeah, it's tough now to get anything below like 25, 30.
Jeez. Cool. I saw how full the stadium was yesterday, so I'll give you guys that. Chris, got anything?
Yeah, it's Mike Trout. Because if Mike Trout was in the lineup right now, Angels would probably be like second place right now in the wild card.
Second place in the wild card. Ooh, maybe. Who knows? I mean, Kyle Anderson projected about 5 extra wins. So,
For one guy.
I mean,
Right
because
there.
the thing, exactly. I mean, the thing with the Angels, I mean, Trout, a healthy Trout, Ohtani, Rendon, and David Fletcher, those guys alone can combine for about 20 WAR. I mean, that's not crazy. I mean, Kyle, would you project about that?
No, see, that's about right because Rendon sits in like the 5 or 6 range. Who was the other person you said? Ohtani. Ohtani is like going off right now, but like on a typical basis, Fangraphs would probably give him somewhere like between 5.5 and 6.5. So between them, you're talking like a little north of 20 WAR. So by themselves, with minor leaguers at replacement level, with just those 3 guys on the team completely healthy over a full season, that's like 65 wins. That team would get 65 wins. You had those 3 and just the worst lineup in baseball, you'd have 65 wins. So that's pretty. Actually, it'd be more than that. It'd be like 68. Yeah, that's pretty exceptional.
Yeah, well, there you go. But that's the thing. Healthy and the Angels have never been in the same category, at least not in the Ida Moreno era. So, all right. Is that it? Are we done?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for joining us here on the first Freeway Series Smack Off. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Maybe this will be something normal. You guys let us know. Once again, make sure to check out the tailgate on the 14th. That's from 12 to 6. And make sure to check out our sponsor, Raise Energy. Use code HALOS at checkout. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. And go Angels.
Go Angels.
The Dodgers. They're going to win 2 of 3.
No, it's the other way around. Angels are taking 2 out of 3. Book it.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. He had to book it. It's over.
Jesus. Okay. I was like, I say Angels go 1 for 3. Sorry. You're hurt.
Well, I think Kyle Anderson has to end it.